Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is another crafting video. I'm filming late. I finished as much coursework as I did, and I got all of the main coursework completed. There's technically a section that we have that's more for our personal um, growth, and what we share on there is like our short-term goals and outlining how we would determine if we are going in a good direction with it and if we're completing the certain things that we need to do in order to complete the goal. And there are questions like that, which is other work, and it doesn't take too much time to do. I finished the pharmacy portion of the assignments and the quizzes and the reading. So, um, I wanted to make it a day where I could focus on the other studying that I have to do now. So, um, and I was making the Ukrainian donuts, and I'm happy with how it was at the end, because in the beginning, or the beginning towards the end, I would say I did the first donut, and um, it was good. It was not a donut when I first made the first one, but once the oil heated up longer and it didn't take like the 3 minutes that I took for that one for the first donut, and the next donuts they cooked instantly, and it tasted like a donut with the strawberry jam inside, and I was super happy with that. Um, I would say I still have some of that instant yeast that I got, but I think I might switch up to the other yeast that I would normally use. Um, it and then I didn't check the temperature for the warmed. I used lactose-free milk, and I made oat milk today at the house because I wanted to see how it would taste. And I do feel like it tastes great, and then I think it's more flavorful than other oat milks, but I see why that for the formulations of some of the oat milks that I've tried tasted the way that they did. I like a specific um, type of oat milk where there's still a little bit of the oats in there, like there's a graininess, but it has like a drinkable type of thickness to it. So I did blend it. I blended the it was mainly like a 1 to 2 cup ratio of oats to water, and it did actually taste nice with that because the oats were slightly sweet and it gave the flavor. I was using a magic bullet, and I feel that um, I would have wanted it to be a little more blended because it was more on the pulpy side. I did strain it, And then by the end of it, I added more of the pulp back into it, where I added some pulp because I strained it, there wasn't any pulp. And I really like that. I also added a little bit of the lactose-free milk that I had in the fridge. I wanted to try the oat milk at home because I felt like it would be uh, like a cost-effective way because I tend to drink my juices pretty quickly and then the those types of drinks too. And I added some sugar because I do like the sweeter milks or when I add that to like oatmeal and I could eat it on its own like with the oats and water when it was blended together. It actually tasted like regular oatmeal and it was nice. Um I liked it. Uh I don't really go for like the harder flat oats. I tend to go for like a like the Irish oats that are softer, and that's what it was like because it was soft because it was blended. So I put it in a pitcher in the fridge, and I'm happy with the way that it turned out. Uh, and I'll use it for different things. Oh, I ended up making double the batch because I tried to add more water to maybe make it like like a thinner consistency and but I didn't add the other blend the pulped oats, I would say. So that's what it kind of tasted like when some of like sometimes when you drink oat milk it tends to be on like the watery side because the oats are like they're thick. So um it was a nice balance when I added the pulp back. So, and the donuts were yummy too. So I have some that are already fried, and then I put some in the freezer. And I'm hoping like Monday I could make more of like the potato onion filling. So that was a little bit of the intro. Well, a lot of the intro. The lighting changed because I think it's because of my hat that I knit up. That was a test knit from the end of last year, and it I say the lighting is a little different because that is technically neon pink in on the hat or that I knit. It's neon pink and white, so um I don't know. But I think I like it because I get to see the stuff that I knit. Um, I might do a little bit here, but I don't know. So I'll show some things that I finished, and I feel like maybe for the next week or so it might be a little slower, but apparently I have a spring break and I wasn't really expecting it, but I don't know why I wasn't really that expecting it because it's like school or college. I'm taking a college course, so and I don't really have anything planned. If anything, I was planning on, or if I did have plans, it would be just to study. We don't have work to do during the break, I don't think. So I'd had to double check on that. I just know that we don't have classes for, I think, 2 weeks, but it's only going in once a week, and then a lot of the work is online, but there's like interactive things and um, the quizzes and stuff. So I did do some sewing on my vintage sewing machine that I received the other day. It's the Singer Featherweight, and I'm really happy with it. I kept it in the loft area where I sometimes do my work or I put the TV on, and it's fun to sew there too because there's an extension cord, and I just have my foot a little off the couch, and I just sew. So I have these two bandanas, and I'll be doing more than bandanas. I feel like I do a lot of them, but I've done some clothing. Um, so these are the ones that I feel like I'll do wear for maybe everyday stuff because I feel like these tend to do something with the not the lighting, but like the video. So I have this one. I feel like this is my favorite because, well, I love the yellow, the dominant yellow one for the video because it is lighter. This one I feel like I could wear to class because I asked if I could wear bandanas, and the professor said I can. It was funny because there was like a lot of math the last class, and I like how it's some basic math and algebra, and then you combine that with some pharmacy or medical terms and sig codes, and it I feel like it's okay for me, um because we were doing some problems in class, and then the one of the answers was like a larger number, and then you just hear someone like yell out, "Damn, that's a lot," because we were counting. Well, we were saying what would be dispensed for that equation. So they would be something like Montelukast, maybe 5 milligrams, one capsule, or actually like let's say a chewable tablet, and then PO, BID, number 60, because PO by mouth, BID twice a day, and the number is the amount that's being dispensed. So we were either getting the day supply or the amount dispensed if it is something that we had to calculate that's not on the prescription. So I know Montelukast has a chewable form. Now I'm curious. That was just something on the top of my head based off of Montelukast. So it is a 5 milligram chewable tablet. Okay, there's also the 10 milligram. Does it come in capsule? Sorry. Maybe I should do this later. So it is tablet form. That's a good thing I said that. So these two, oh, I didn't show this one. This one is also one that I could wear that is, that's kind of one that I could wear to class or something. And then I like the lighter ones for the video. I feel like that would be probably one of the things of why if like I finish something and I don't show it or wear it on video. But now I get to use the floral fabrics for my wonky houses, like the quilting that I've been wanting to do. I don't know how much I'll do, and maybe it'll be one of those ones that won't take a while to, well, at least to do one of them, but I wasn't going to do a whole quilt. I wanted to make them into project bags. So that would be the pattern or the block on it. And then I would want it to be drawstring because I like drawstring bags for my project bags. Um, I would want to use it because a lot of times, like when I use the zipper bags, I it's me because I accidentally zip up the yarn into it. So sometimes I have like the smaller bags that I use, but other than that, well, I have some larger ones, but I mainly use my Emma Ball ones, and there are a couple other drawstring ones that I use. And then my there's a medical bag that I use that is technically like the reusable shopping bags, and I like to put projects in there. So these are like the fabrics. I'm not going to just use these, but I feel like I'm going to use a good amount of it. I like really did like a bunch of cutting into this one. Um, but I really like this one. Then there's this one. I feel like I'll maybe put them as the background. And then I have this. I'm happy I went to the thrift store to like get other fabrics that weren't floral because then it would just be floral stuff. This, and then I have like the cream one that I feel like I'll make. Maybe the house. I had to think about it, or maybe I don't think about it too much because it's like improv. So I feel like I'm gonna make this as the thumbnail. I finished the knitted tarot bag. I'm super happy with the way that it turned out. I'm going to like maybe wait a day or two to put the deck in just to make sure it's completely dry because the moisture on the inside, like with the float, sometimes it you feel a little bit of a coldness or I guess a dampness in there. This is how it turned out. I'm so happy with the way that it turned out. I used yarn that I got at a local yarn store on the East Coast in the area that my godmother's in. And it's like the mini skeins that they have up front or hanks because you could, they're sock yarn and you could use it for what you want, but maybe you would want to use them for like the contrast colors for the heel, cup, and toe. I don't really knit a lot of socks, so it was gonna be something else. And this is a super wash. I am happy with it. I added the hearts at the top. It was mainly just at the bottom for the pattern, and I do feel like the yarn fluffed up a lot, which is nice because when I first washed it, it was stretching up the fabric and the inside was like showing, but it wasn't showing when I finished knitting it, like the floats. So I felt like it would be fine. And there's a buttonhole here. I don't know which button I'm going to use, but I definitely have buttons. So then the back is the trident. I'm really happy with how the trident came out. I mean, I've done this pattern a couple times. I feel like it starts to pick up once you get to this area, at least like because it because you're not really carrying the floats as much, like in these areas. And then here too, eventually you don't have anything, well, I didn't have anything else to knit on this side, so it's more of just the blue. Um, did like 12 rounds, and then there's the button hole area, and then 4 more rounds, and then I bind it off on the 5th round. So it's so fun and nice, and like when I saw the colors, like I knew that I would make it into something like this. I do different like blue and yellow combinations. The next one I was thinking I didn't have a yellow to go with it, but I may put it with the cream. I feel like it might be something I could do, and since this is 100 grams anyway, I'll have stuff left over if I do like a hat. So it's not like I don't have anything. But this one is the Cushiondale Woolen Mills, an authentic Irish woolen mill, a history since 1204. So this came from a local shop here, and I was thinking about what I could use, and I feel like it would be nice, at least the next, maybe one of the next projects, as like a contrast color because it has the mohair in it. And well, it's a combination of like the mohair and wool, so I'm not sure if like it may be to my benefit that it has the mohair with the wool, so it won't be as like everywhere. And it's I feel like it'll definitely stand out with a cream. I'm still thinking, but I feel like I saw it. I put it on top of the bench that's across, or the chest that's across the bed. And this was what I was gonna use with the red. I don't have uh the lace cables yet. I have the needle tip. The place that I bought it from doesn't have the cables, so I would have to order it, but I'm thinking, should I order like a bulk of the lace needles and cables, which isn't going to be a lot, but I mean, for Chaogu, it price point, it'll be on the pricier side, but in general, there will be like a lot of needles. Um, at that point, maybe I'll just go for the 4-inch tip because I like the 4-inch tip opposed to like the 5-inch tip. I think the 4-inch tip is like more comfortable, and in general, I feel like you could um it is a size that is more versatile when it comes to doing smaller projects, unless you, well, in general, like you could use the magic loop method, but maybe you might not. So this one is from a local yarn shop that was outside of New York. So this one is the Roja Malacrina Wool Dreamers, and this breed is the Malarian Red Wool, 65% Malarian Red Wool and 35% Merino wool. I'd have to see the project that I'm thinking about doing with this. And I was thinking like maybe it could be a something that I start sooner rather than later, or maybe it may be like sorry, maybe it'll be a project that won't need too much of my attention for right now. I don't want plain knitting, um, and I don't mind color work because I feel like my mind mainly likes color work. So, but I don't want it to be like a repetitive type of pattern either. And that's not a bad thing in for like what you would wear, but the patterns that I go for, I don't want to lose interest on it. So let me see if um if it's the right yarn for it. Because I would like to make a hat that I wear for the next one. I feel like the last three hats, I've said it, I didn't really wear. Well, one of them was technically a toddler hat for my friend, and then I gave her the hat that I wasn't going to wear, and then the other one, which I do like, I feel like I might do just the ribbing as just ribbing instead of doing it with the contrast color in there, or doing the two colors. Technically, they had multiple colors for that. So maybe at one point I'll do that, but I feel that I might want to wear just the ribbing as the one color and then do the color work for the body. Okay, so I could do this pattern. I already got mohair on my face. So the pattern is So you could either do it in sport weight or fingering weight, and I have sport weight right now. It's the Simply Harika, and it's, I hope that a lot of the video is just me looking at my phone. So I'll show a hat. Sorry. So I'll see how I do the. I like how it has the Latvian braids on it. I might like just stick to the plain ribbing, because I did want a beige hat. I do like beige against my face, so I feel like I'll do that. I have so much real hair in my face. And then the top is, it looks like a leaf or like a bush. Like I was trying to see what it would be like. Maybe I could do a little bit of the contrast at the tip at like when I first start, but I think based off of what I like with my hats, which I guess is pretty specific, is that I like lighter hats, and it shouldn't be that surprising for me because the two main hats that I wore growing up, well, there was this one that's like the ear flap hat that technically was like plaid, and that was different, but it was also red. Um, there was like this, I still have this hat, it's in my storage unit. It's like a beanie and then it has like a hole for your hair to go through, and that's really helpful. And that's beige. And that green hat that I have there, that's like the Christmas hat, but I wear it other times of the year. That's beige and green, but beige at the like where the ribbing is in the front. My other hat growing up was like um not like a fitted beanie, but it was a beanie like more fitted, I guess, than my other hats, and that was like all beige. So um I feel like yeah, I should go with what I usually go for, but I should probably say that this is the end of the video because all I'm doing is like looking at the hats now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Um, I I think I'm going to make the video that I'll post like the food video at some point because that's taking up a lot of room on my phone. So um, I'll see you in another video. Bye.